Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
This week's plot so far is by Dominic Maniti. Ooh. Catskin is playing happily with his baby sister, Rapunzel, by submerging her in vinegar until she is all dead and stuff. Mm-hmm. The witch stops this and throws him into a shelf of jars, revealing the boy's pickled tongue and genitals. The traumatised Catskin travels away, never to return. Fast forward 12 years, and we're finally at the start of the original Grimm Brothers story. Yep. Apart from, the tower is a tree in a maze, and Rapunzel's real parents live over the road in a cottage. Elizabeth breaks into the witch's garden. She can hear her daughter singing at the centre of the maze. Henry, her husband, realises she is missing and follows. The witch catches them and threatens to imprison them unless Henry grovels and eats grass like a sheep. Henry drops to his knees. Please, please, says Henry. Your pitiful whining sounds like the bleating of sheep. Oh, hang on, witch says, sheep eat grass. Yeah, and? I think you've got a bit distracted, witch, pickle witch. All right, we're talking about whether you're going to send us to prison for eating your salad stuff, and you've started telling me information about sheep. Sheep have wool on. I'm confused now. A male sheep is called a goat. No, hang on, mate. Hang on, mate. I think you need to get the Wikipedia article out again, because I think it's a ram, isn't it? No, it's called a goat. I'm in charge. I say what the male sheep is called.
They don't call me Pickle Witch for nothing.
Yes.
No,
and a female...
I know that, but I mean... They don't call you it because of your knowledge of sheep, though, do they?
Yes.
The witch walks over to the tree where she fetches the shovel, a little rustier, but no doubt the same shovel.
Oh, yeah.
The witch brings the shovel up above her head and then brings it down on Henry's skull. She hits him again and again, smashing his skull and bludgeoning him to death.
Yeah.
Blood spatters over the face of Elizabeth, which seems to wake her from her dream world. She turns and looks at the witch, hate burning in her eyes. She screams, and like a banshee charges. The witch brings the shovel up and swings it in Elizabeth's face. Elizabeth drops to the floor, dead.
Oh.
Rapunzel's sweet song floats on the air in the distance. Exterior, maze interior, summer. The voice continues to sing, but the childlike quality is replaced with a more adult sensuality. Oh. I suppose it might not be the same year. Just because it says summer doesn't mean it's the same year,
Different,
right?
Yeah. It's like 10 years later.
Is it? Is that the case?
60 years later.
Rapunzel sung, have a little gobble and Rapunzel sung.
have a little what?
Gobble.
All right, as old people are wont to say. You all right, Gran? Yes, have a little gobble. What? Nothing.
Milk.
Two men on horseback ride through the forestry. One is dressed in fine royal clothing and is young, tall, dark and handsome.
Yeah, there's old, ugly, in a sack. Rubbish!
No, you've anticipated that idea because you said the other is just plain old. I must say, Doctor Who. I must say, this place is strange. I feel as though we're being watched. Yes. It would barely surprise me if we turned around and found your mother bringing up the rear, my lord. If we turned around and saw your mother carrying a bottom on a horse, bringing a rear. Oh, you forgot your...
Hello,
You forgot your rear. You left your rear at home. The royal laughs. Oh ho 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 ho, says Jamie. Oh ho ho ho, what a funny joke you made.
Oh, you make
that's
such
why
funny jokes.
That's why I take you with me, old John. Because you make great jokes that we might turn around and see my mother.
That's old plain John to you.
It took me 3 weeks to convince her to let me come. I know, my lord. I was afeard I might die of old age before we ever succeeded in the ambassadorship. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, John, you never stop making me laugh with your hilarious jokes. Okay, I've got another one for you. Do you want to hear a great joke?
Knock,
okay. Yes, here it comes. All right. Why did the Scotsman cross the road? Because the shops were on the other side. He was just going to the shop.
What's a shop?
It's a place where you buy things.
Like a market?
Yeah, like a market, but in a building. Like
What's a road?
It's like a path, but with tarmac on it.
Like a track? Like a
track,
forest
but-
track?
Like a forest track, but with asphalt.
Why did the Scotsman cross the forest track to get to the market? Why is that a fucking joke?
It's not.
Okay.
But you laughed at the other two. I thought I didn't have to try.
You're right, John. That was fucking hilarious, aye?
All right, I've got another one for you. Okay, here we go. Why did the squirrel put a camera in a bag?
And they can, why you do that?
Because that's where cameras go.
Fucking A.
You've
You're
got-
fucking hilarious, John. You should get a job in stand-up comedian.
I should be a stand-up. Many people say that to me. I should try stand. But you know, I did try it one time.
Where are you from?
I went down to the. I went down to the open mic night.
Aye,
Oh
aye,
yes,
aye,
yes.
aye.
It was very good. It was a very good night. Oh, it was very good. Oh yes. All right, it was very good. Unfortunately, I was not very good. Okay, I did it. Oh, I gave it a go. I went up and I said, "Hello, everybody." I said, "Hello, everybody." Yes, yes.
Yes.
Do you like? I am an impressionist. I said, "Do you like my Tom Baker tattoo impression?" They said, "We don't know who that is." This is Germany in the 1600s.
You're fucking killing it, Doctor Who. That's a fucking great joke.
I know. That's what I did, but they didn't like it, so I thought, okay, I better move up a gear. Okay, I better do better. So I told them that they were all stupid, and usually this gets a big laugh. I said, "Hey,
That's a
that,
good joke too.
That deserves more." I said, that joke was good, and it deserved more.
Aye, when I was in Nottingham Forest, that got lots of laughs.
Yes, when I
fucking
said it,
love that in
when I told
Nottingham.
when I told it to a tree, they liked it a lot. I said, and my impression is very good. I said, yes. All right, so the royal laughs. No, come, my faithful John. You are only as old as you feel. In that case, sir, I fear I may already be dead.
Ah.
Absolutely, that's what happens.
John.
Royal laughs. Oh, ho, 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 John. Yes, the royal laughs as they continue to ride. Okay, we better do. I'll do the laughing. You do the clopping. Oh, ho, 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 John.
Milk.
said the horse. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Suddenly, the prince halts his horse. John stops also.
John, you don't need to do horse effects when you stop, you know.
If your horse doesn't make a noise, that's just. It's not me doing that. That was my horse.
I didn't know.
Sorry, I thought it was you. I thought I had to join in.
Just having a bit of fun, you know.
All right, so the horses stop. Do you hear that? John listens hard. John, it might be easier to listen if you don't go while you're listening. That's distracting.
Trying to make my ears grow.
I don't think that's something that's possible, John.
I will stop then.
John listens hard. Far in the distance is the sound of Rapunzel's song. I think that's someone. I think that's someone
someone
without a
singing.
tongue singing the Rapunzel song.
Someone singing, "You'll never have a gibble." with a Rapunzel song. I think I recognise the
Yeah,
lyrics.
I know, but it sounded from the voice. It sounded. I don't think it's Rapunzel. We've all heard her singing. It's lovely.
I
But
think that's a pig.
that
a tree
sounded
pig.
like either a pig or someone with no tongue and maybe no penis, who lives in the forest now, singing Rapunzel song. Rapunzel song. Rapunzel song. The prince and John emerge from the forest onto a well-worn track.
Stop saying that, John. Really weird. It's freaking me out.
I'm practicing my horse impression. They jeer their horses on and follow the lilting melody until very soon they arrive at a section of the walled garden. A sign reads, "No trespassing."
No princes.
No princes.
No plain
yeah.
olds.
So the prince pulls a rope from his pack, attaches a crow's foot hook, and swings it up where it catches on the top of the wall. Wait here. Do you really think it is wise to be chasing after faceless angels? There's never a bad time for chasing faceless angels, John. You taught me that.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Yes, that day when just after maths we
Yes, I
did.
know.
Is there a bad time to be chasing faceless angels? No, there isn't. That famous class.
Yeah, that class. Never a bad time to be chasing faceless angels 101.
Yes, just before geography.
I got a fucking A in that class. Yes, you did 2 years of study. And the answer was always no.
No.
And there was only one question on the test.
Yes.
No, you cheated though. I saw you looking.
I saw your cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And then you still wrote yes. And I had to fix it for you to pass. Thanks for that, John. Anyway, bye.
Milk indeed. Milk.
You taught me that. There's something so specific about that phrasing that makes it funny. Because it was like just if it was chasing angels, that would be like, you know, he's speaking. You know, he's speaking metaphorically. You're like, there's never a bad time for chasing angels. Always chase angels. You taught me that, John. But your example. But faceless angels. That's weird. That's weirdly specific. And that means they really did have classes about whether it's okay or not, rather than it's just a metaphor. The prince struggles up the rope. When he reaches the top, he cuts his finger on a sharp piece of glass.
Ouch.
The prince pulls the rope up and drops it down the inside wall and begins his descent. The inside wall, yeah. Exterior rear garden. The prince trips lightly over to the fountain and drinks from it.
Oops. Oh dear. Oops. Ooh, fountain.
He then canters over to the maze and enters. So now he's pretending to be a horse. Oh, you didn't like it when I did it, but apparently it's fine for you.
Well, he's tripped and now he's cantering. He's got to. I've told you I've got the thesaurus out.
yeah. He trips over to the fountain and canters to the maze and perambulates along.
Travel.
Travel. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you perambulate.
Strides.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Swims. What? He swims over to the maze.
I ran out of synonyms.
He flies.
yeah. He drives.
Yeah, he gets in his tank. What? He gets in his tank. Yeah.
For God's sake, Howard, just write walk. No, never. I will never write walk ever, not even once.
I used that on
He
page
gets
3.
in his tank.
He put walked on page 3. I can't do it again. He gets in his tank
His tank
and cycles over. Cycles over. Yeah. Yeah, good. Yeah.
So he trips slightly over to the fountain.
Whoopsie-daisy.
And then he canters over to the maze and enters. Okay, next line is interior of the maze. The prince wanders through. So you are still doing it. You're surviving. Wherever he goes, the voice seems to move elsewhere. Finally, he is... yeah, exactly. That's like, it's quite strange. I mean, not only is she moving all over the place, but she is also just repeating the word milk. I liked the song. I'm not so sure about this just saying milk thing. There she goes again. Finally, he is certain that he is only yards away from the voice, but there is no way through. So the prince has scaled the wall of Century Chase and broken into the garden.
Oh, naughty burglar.
Because he heard a woman singing and he thought, I'd like one of those.
Yeah,
right?
let's
I'll go and find out what she looks like.
see if it's got a face, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his main objective. Has it got a face or not? Because I'm not interested if it has.
Yeah.
All right.
And the only way to find out if it's got a face is to look at it, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's got into the garden and he's found a maze there, and then he's basically running around the maze, pursuing the sound of Rapunzel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see what happens next. Hello, he says.
Yeah, could have tried that before.
Huh?
He could have tried that before.
Yeah, like from the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
If he can hear her singing, she can hear him shouting.
Yeah.
Unless she's just got the most amazing voice that's just or she's got some kind of loud hailer that she's singing.
Probably just
into.
assuming that, since she's singing, she's probably got headphones on. She's just singing along to whatever Rapunzel song
got
on
her,
the
got her
album.
iPod on,
Got
yeah.
Got a Walkman in it. Got a Walkman.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's got some headphones plugged into the gramophone back in the house. An extension cord.
Oh, very long
All the
extension
way.
cord, yeah, all the way
Yeah,
to
so
the
it actually
moon.
gets back out of the maze because very difficult maze and you get lost in it. But if you've got headphones that lead with a wire that's on an extension cord,
Unless birds eat it.
oh yeah, that's the fucking worst. They're always doing that.
Like in Hansel and Gretel when they used their headphone wire and then birds ate it.
And that's what happens if you make your headphone wire out of bread.
Yeah.
What you expect?
Your bread phone wire.
Yeah. Bread phones. Got your bread phones on there. I did have, but birds ate them. Yeah. I'm fucking lost now. I'll help you out. Don't you worry.
Who the fuck? You're quite a potty mouth. Oh, shut your fucking mouth.
Well, she's a teenager, you know. She's
And she's a teenager, and she was brought up by an angry witch. So I imagine she swears. He says, hello, and then Rapunzel looks at the hedge. You make the most beautiful music. Rapunzel tiptoes over to the hedge. Your voice is as pretty as the springtime. Rapunzel strokes the hedge. And then Rapunzel says, thank you. Oh, so you are there. When did you learn to talk? What a strange question. Well, you couldn't talk yesterday. But I wasn't here yesterday. Rapunzel stands back and puts her hands on her hips. Why, yes, you were. And the day before that, and the day before that, and every day since the day I was born and before, my mother tells me. May I ask who I am addressing? My name is Rapunzel, Hedge, though I am surprised you have not heard my mother call me that before. Did you, Rapunzel, did you just want to check this because I might have misheard, but did you call me Hedge? Why, yes. Would you prefer that I called you by some other name?
like Mr. Hedgeworth, or Peter Hedgington.
The prince laughs. Why are you laughing? What's so funny? I'm not a hedge. Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Who's that? Mama,
That's the pickle witch. She's come to pickle you. She hates everyone and wants to stick them in vinegar. Do you want to come and say hello?
Oh, God, fucking hell.
You know how I was talking about going earlier? I think that was the right idea. Okay, bye.
I'm just going to milk away from this situation.
That's the witch hates milk because it's the one thing she can't pickle. Because you can't. It's true, you can't pickle milk.
That artist, Damien Hirst, pickled that cow.
He did,
That's
but,
milk.
but it's not milk. Oh, you can't just pickle milk.
Not on its own.
All right, so we're on the 4th page of Rapunzel and the prince talking to each other through a hedge about whether or not he is a hedge.
Everybody that goes to see films is always saying, "Oh, I really want 5 minutes of a woman talking to some leaves." That's what they always say, and I'm giving him that.
All right, and so you've done like market research and everything.
Yeah.
You've done focus groups. And
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you want talking to a hedge? Yes. Okay. Tick.
So, how did you feel about the amount of leaves that got talked to in this movie?
All right, what else do you want?
Could have been more leaf talking to?
What else do you want? Loads of babies getting sold? Okay, tick. Yeah. Over and over again. You want to see that 3 times? Yeah. Okay.
What do you think about vinegar and penises?
They should be in a
Should
jar
they be
together.
combined together in a jar?
Well, you're nailing it. And I am therefore sorry to have to leave you now. Oh, must you? Yes, I think I have to, yes. But I shall return in a few days.
How many days?
A few of them.
Is that more than 1 and less than 5? Approximately, yeah.
Yes, what you just said,
I'm
more than
just
one.
enjoying this conversation so much, I don't want you to leave.
Okay, bye. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye, milk.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Said Rapunzel, not even leaving. Oh, Rapunzel, I see you're an expert in radio acting. So am I. Well, we have so much in common. Okay, I'll come back in a few days. Bye, milk.
Okay, bye, milk. Yeah, that's what.
That's the main joke in this story is milk. Cut to interior. 7 ravens. Night 1625.
Hooray!
We're back with the Grimm brothers. It's been a while. It's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
It's been especially long because I keep cutting these scenes.
Oh no, they're my favourite scenes. The way that raven gets near every time.
Yeah,
you won't know about that, my friends.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Basically, like Rufus has cut loads of sequences where we cut back to the tavern.
And they go, so what happened next? And Mrs. Fox goes, oh, something happened next.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell us about it? I will.
Yeah, classic scenes. But in each and every one of those scenes, there's this raven, right, Mr. Fox, and he gets a bit nearer.
A bit nearer to William, who's starts off being quite nervous, and
Yeah.
then it's like sitting on his arm,
Yeah.
and then he's snogging it, and
Yeah,
then they're fucking.
Now, in this sequence, they're married and they've got children,
Yeah,
like these
they're
weird,
not really talking to each other.
half-breed raven people, and they're like, "Daddy, why do we exist?" Like that.
He's like, well, because Mrs. Fox's story was so long that I was just really horny by the end of it, and I had to have sex with something. No, a clock strikes midnight, making everyone jump. Is that the time already? Mm-hmm. You should get to bed, Zers.
Yeah, I told you they were going to go to bed.
That's in the script. I didn't add the Zer there. Yeah. Mr. Grieg will be here early in the morning. Mr. Grieg. Oh, yeah, he's gonna bring a wall. He's gonna bring on a wall and ask you to give him a twirl. And if you're lucky, he might bring one of his big cards and turn it round for you. Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant when he does. I do like it when he does that. I like it when he turns around his big card.
Yeah. If you're super lucky, he'll bring his friend Jason Manford. Is that his name?
I don't know what you're talking about now.
Jason Manford?
What were you?
Isn't that from...
Oh, you mean Paddy McGuinness?
Oh. I don't know the difference.
That was what we discovered when we talked about Paddy McGuinness, that neither of us know who he is, what his catchphrase is, what TV show he presents. Right, so let's talk about Jason Manford instead.
Is that not
if
the
you're
same
lucky,
guy?
you might bring Jason Manford with him, because they're both from the north, and therefore the same person.
I think that just Jason Manford therefore hosts that show we were talking about.
No, I think it is Paddy McGuinness.
Is it?
You were right about Paddy McGuinness.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's Jason
Manford's the more Jason Manford's the better one, right? I don't know I honestly don't know much about Paddy McGuinness. Paddy McGuinness was in the show with Peter Kay. Peter Kay, yeah.
Yeah, and then he went on to change his name to Jason Manford.
Jason Manford did 8 out of 10 Cats, right?
Did he?
Before John
Don't
Richardson, I think. Yeah, that's where I know him from. He's done some pretty good stuff, I think, Jason.
Yeah, he did that thing with Peter Kay, didn't he?
yeah. And he just take me out. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. And he's like, look at me trousers. Right? He does that look at me trousers catchphrase.
Yeah, I love
he's
that.
brilliant.
It's fucking amazing.
Oh, I love Jason Manford. Yeah. And he brings on a wall sometimes.
Oh, he loves bringing on walls. Anyway,
wall. More expert TV knowledge from Rufus and Howard there. Okay, so she says, Mr. Grieg will be here early in the morning. Mm-hmm. And William says, but what happened next? The rest of the tale belongs to the witch. Oh, come on, you can't send us to bed now.
Yeah, without cookies and milk. I just read you a big fucking long story.
I gave you brandy and spent 3 fucking hours telling you a story. Now you want cookies and milk?
What else would you want before bed?
Yes, we always have cookies and milk before bed. I can't go to sleep without cookies and milk. How old are you? What's wrong with you?
I just need my cookies and my milk.
Why did you say milk in that strange way?
In what strange way? I simply said cookies and milk.
Why did you do it?
Can I have cookies and milk?
Why are you trying to make me believe that you're leaving when you're not? That's very strange. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's there. Yeah. Oh my god. So, come on, you can't send us to bed now. I could tell you the end, all right. Mm-hmm. But what happens next, before the end, Only she can tell you that.
I can tell you the end, but
That's weird, isn't it? That's the situation you find yourself in. I can tell you the end, but I can't tell you the bit that comes before the end. Only the witch can tell you that. So you've got to go and see the witch, get the penultimate chapter, and then come back here and I'll tell you the end.
Okay, I get it. I figured it out. Mrs. Fox knows like the start of the story, and she knows what happens at the end, but she doesn't really know the events that lead up to the end. So she knows how it ends. You know, like
She
with
doesn't
like
know how it gets
with
there.
like the bus hanging off the edge of the cliff. But she doesn't know how the
She
bus.
doesn't know how they got the gold in the first place. Yeah, okay. She doesn't know the details of the heist.
Yeah, no, she's not privy to that.
Well, the Rapunzel is a heist, isn't it? It's just they're not getting gold. The prince is trying to get a girl.
Yeah, but her hair's is like gold, isn't it?
But I mean, the hair is the plan. Right, the whole plan about how they get in and how they get the gold,
Right.
in a much simpler form, because this is an early story.
Right.
That's I'll climb up. Oh yeah. So Steve's the tower man. He looks at the tower.
yeah.
Right. Dave's the ground man. He makes sure the ground doesn't go away.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Prince, he's the climb up the air man. Right.
Yeah.
He's the climb up the air and have sex with Rapunzel man. And that's the plan. What do you think?
Good plan.
Yeah, that's their heist movie.
It is a nice movie, right? That's
Yeah,
good.
they are. Instead of getting gold, they're just trying to steal sex from the witch. Not with the witch, but from the witch, because she's the one protecting it.
All romance movies, therefore, are heist movies now. You've just solved that.
No, I'm not sure that's true, because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, no, it's
sometimes
definitely
it's more
true.
two-sided, isn't it? Rapunzel's very one-sided. It's this guy who turns up and he's like, oh, look, there's a nicely pre-captured woman. All right, so Mrs. Fox says, we can tell you the end, but I'm not going to, because you've got to hear the bit before the end from the witch. Next scene.
She's like, I've seen the last page, but I didn't read the third act.
Yeah. He skipped over the boring bit where she was just talking to a hedge. I don't know what happens after that. I got really bored, fell asleep, read the last page, went home.
That makes sense. I mean, you would tune out by now.
I have done. I've got no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it was much better, right?
Yeah.
When like Caskin was there.
Budget,
and, like,
yeah, he was great, yeah. Yeah, this Prince stuff's boring, right?
Yes. I always
It's been
felt that,
great.
yeah.
It's been great up until basically it's been brilliant right up until the point when the Rapunzel story started.
Yeah, that's why I always felt, and that's why, like, and as it shrunk and shrunk, and the more stuff I removed was this boring stuff about
Really?
like some prince finding some stupid woman up a town.
Yeah, it does seem incidental as well. It's like Prince turns up at the end, and you're like, well, it's not been about that. You know, it's been about this witch. Really, it's all about the witch, isn't it?
I mean, I do tide over it, but I guess the thing was I was trying to like give it a bit more character, but ultimately I should probably just like remove all of that and just get on with it and let what happens happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm interested in the witch more than anything because it's all been about her. She's been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I care about her. I'm a little bit interested in Mrs. Fox.
Yeah, she's been there from the beginning.
She's been there. I've seen most of her life.
I mean, yeah,
And I don't know how many more jobs she can
I
have.
prefer the Brothers Grimm to like the
Yeah.
Prince and
the Brothers Grimm are more interesting, yeah, because they're a little bit. They've turned up in a town. They're hearing a story. They've got to go and see this witch. So that's pretty exciting when they go and see the witch. I'm looking forward to that. Mr. Greig, I'd like to know a lot more about him because he's got that whole secondary career as a game show host. Yeah, and no, Mrs. Fox. I want to. I mean, she's had a lot of jobs. She's been a maid. She's been a midwife. She's been a bartender. I want to know what else she's done in her life. How many other jobs she's had?
Yeah, she's been a witch. Oh no, got it! Spoilers.
Oh, twist.
We're going to go to my big house now. I'm actually
Because
a witch.
She's of course she's the narrator, isn't she? So
Yeah,
she,
she
like you
could
were
be
saying about a
lying,
lying narrator. Yeah,
classic.
She's like, oh yeah, then the witch, wink, wink. Got a load of spiders out of her spider bag. Anyway, would you like some spider wine?
But there are no spiders. I mean, she's made it all up so far.
Yeah. So she's actually, the truth is, the only bit that's true is that
The bit
there's
about
an
the
old
hedge. About a stupid girl talking to a hedge, and she's
Yeah.
trying to soup up the most boring story
He's
in the
like,
world.
Oh no, I got to tell this boring story again. I better put a witch in and some paedophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was thinking the only true bit.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, obviously, I like your idea too.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is the only true bit is the pickling. Right? It's that there's an old woman who likes pickling
Yeah.
stuff. But the twist is it's Mrs. Fox.
Yeah.
There is no witch. There's no century chase.
Yeah.
She's all like, come down to me. Oh, do you want
Yeah.
some more brandy? Oh, yeah, I think I've got some in the cellar.
Yeah.
Come down with me and help me carry a very large bottle. Oh, no, I've pickled you.
No, but she doesn't like pickling people. You know,
All right.
that's a lie as well. It's just onions. It's just an old woman who loves pickling onions.
She's told that story a lot of times, and people are always disappointed.
She tries to spice up the pickled onion story.
Excuse me, Mrs. Fox. Is there more to this story, or is it just about how you like pickling onions? Oh, well, that's basically it. Next time you tell it, put a witch in. Make it a bit more interesting, but sex it up a bit.
Yeah.
Put a witch in. Make it better.
I'm not interested in people pickling onions. Even if you pickle something else, that would be good. Oh yeah, I did pickle some other.
Good idea.
What else did you pickle?
Cucumbers.
No, it's just people.
No, but parts of people.
Oh, hello. Tell me some more.
No, it's a good story now. It's a good
Very
story.
good story now.
Yeah. So basically, she told the story to a bunch of bar people, just customers, and each time she told it, they were like, "Oh, it's rubbish," But so she'd make it a bit better until
That's
they
what you do,
started
isn't
liking
it?
it. Yeah, you exaggerate.
You exaggerate stories.
So her story of, do you want to hear about the time I pickled some onions? Right.
Maybe for two kids, Aren't you two kids and they like pickled onions? And I pickled some onions.
And then they're like, okay, no, okay. I pickled some body parts in exchange for kids.
Yeah.
Not for the kids, but like
spiders came out.
Spiders came out, and death, and like kidnapping and paedophilia. And it's like, all right, calm down on the paedophilia. No, I like that bit. I put it in, now it's staying.
I've pickled that paedophilia. Pickled it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good twist. If it just turns out that there's just this boring pickled onions obsessed woman who's just exaggerating. That's good.
Well, yeah, man. You know me. I'm always putting a brilliant twist at the end of my story. So I think you can pretty much anticipate that Mrs. Fox has been lying all the time.
Yeah.
And eventually she's going to take him to a room where she's pickled an egg. And ask him to
branching out.
Ask him to look at it.
It's the first time I pickled something that's not an onion. What do you think? I think you probably should have taken the shell off first. What?
Yeah.
Nothing. Meaningless now. So that's looking forward to that now. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens. And then the reveal at the end is that this is not called Rapunzel at all. It's called Repickled Onion.
So weak.
It's not even a joke, that's why.
No, it's really, it got me though. It's like he's going to say. I was expect when you started saying it, I thought I knew what you were going to say because I thought you were going to say Rapunzel, right? And you were just going to put the word pickle, but you were like, no, I'm going the full way. Yeah. I'm going to say Repickled onion, and that was funnier.
Well, that definitely proves it's Mrs. Fox, and if she loves pickling.
Yeah, if she loves pickling, and she's telling a story about the pickle witch.
And she looks like a witch, right?
Oh, yeah,
she's got all black hair and a crow in her head.
Yeah, she's got a crow on her head. That's pretty witchy.
Or a raven or whatever.
Both.
Yeah.
No, the raven's doing it with William now, but the crow's still on her head. It hasn't been mentioned.
Well, making people sleep with kind of like satanic birds. That's a pretty fucking witchy thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, also, I guess women might have been accused of being a witch if they had
a raven on their head and kept pickling babies.
I mean, yes, that's not what I was going to say at all, but yes, that's true. But another point, is that women, like professional women who were intelligent, women who had like medical skills, might have been accused by fearful people of being witches because they were like, oh my god, she's so intelligent, she must be a witch.
Oh, and she does have medical skills because she's got midwifery skills.
She's a midwife, exactly. And why did she leave that job? Because people burned her.
Yeah, well, because every job she went to, their baby always got stolen. She kept nicking their babies. Her story kind of like, and then someone turned up and stole their baby.
It was me.
Well, every pregnancy you went to, their baby got stolen and they died.
And then I went into the other room
with my 5 babies.
Put my witch's hat on, and came back in and stole her baby. Yeah, what we don't know is that her form of midwifery is that after you've had a baby, she has to give you a drink of spiders. And you die. Yeah. Oh dear, the mother seems not to have survived the childbirth again.
I think you may have stumbled upon the secret truth and the amazing twist of my story that Mrs. Fox.
I think we've stumbled upon 5 different secret twists, haven't we? It's great.
So I love doing as many twists as possible.
I love a twist.
Yeah, I love it. And also, what happens at the end of it? Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah.
He's been a ghost all along.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, all of it.
Wow. And when you look back, you're like, wow, I can't believe. No wonder Bruce Willis is not in it.
Yeah. He's such a good ghost.
He's not in it at all.
He's a much better ghost
He's
than he
too
was
dead.
than he was in The Sixth Sense because
Yes.
you could see him.
Constantly interacting with people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But in
rubbish
this,
ghost.
he's
Yeah.
really good, completely invisible ghost who can't interact with
Yeah.
anyone. And so when you find that out at the end, when you just put a caption that says, "By the way,
Yeah.
Bruce Willis was a ghost all along,"
Yeah.
people are like, "That's
Fucking
why
hell.
he wasn't in it."
Oh my God!
He's
Never
dead.
would have guessed.
What will happen when Jacob and William finally meet the witch? Will she turn out to have been a ghost all along?
Or will she point at the raven on her head and say, "No relation, Doctor"? Find out next week on the
Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World. We've got a new challenge for everyone, haven't we, Howard?
Ooh, we
and
have
that
indeed.
challenge is the audio challenge.
Yes.
So if you think you can do a great impression of one of the characters from Rapunzel, for example, Mrs. Fox, you can do a great Mrs. Fox impression.
Sir. I can do one of
You
those.
do a very
I can.
good one. Or like that guy who was a father and had a jelly baby.
Is it the jelly?
Oh my god.
Is it the jelly?
Or maybe the
witch.
Or maybe the witch. Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
What about
yeah.
Rampion? Can you do Rampion?
I think I can probably manage a Rampion if I really push myself.
I'm not very good at Rampion.
No, you sound pretty good to me, actually.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anyway, if you think you can do a great impression, grab your phone, record yourself doing it, and send us a short clip. You can do that by posting it on our Worst Writer Facebook page, or emailing it to us, manbycow@gmail.com, or just send it to us on Facebook. We've got loads of, to the page or to the group. There's loads of ways to send us stuff.
Yeah.
Really, it's really, really easy to send us stuff. If you're still confused, go to manbycow.com and go to contact us, and there's more ways to find us, right?
If you're in absolute doubt but you want to send us your impersonation, just go stand in the middle of Trafalgar Square and just yell it.
Yeah, we'll pass sooner or later, won't
Yeah.
we? If you'd like to listen to the extended episodes of Rapunzel, which are much longer than these ones, then you can do so by joining our secret gang on Patreon for as little as $2 a month, and you get loads of other stuff as well.
What a bargain.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye!
Bye.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.